Greetings, my dear friends. It is a wonderful time. It's a wonderful time in history whereby, in our pursuit of self-development, personal development, growth, trying to become better today than we were yesterday, we have access to a lot of resources that we can use. Whether it's blogs that people have written, videos that people have made, just like this, or specific seminars that you can attend to learn more about yourself and enhance the quality of your life. Today's video actually is, I really want to focus on empowering you, the individual. I really want to focus on empowering you, the individual, to seek your inner sense of what? Your inner sense of truth. And once you discover this inner sense of what? This inner sense of truth, this inner sense of love and respect and acceptance for you, who you are, then from that space you can go out and interact with the external world. So you'll notice that today the title of my email, not email, I'm thinking of something else. The title of my video blog today, ladies and gentlemen, is How to Text a Girl, and it's pretty much a response to a lady by the name of Kezia. I think she's from England. She's one of the top dating coaches in the world, according to her and her website. So, she had made a video, and the video was about how to text a girl. And I want you, viewers of the Alpha Success Television Network, to stay with this conversation, because this conversation is not really about how to text a girl, but this conversation is really about who you are as an individual, who you're being for yourself, and as a result, who you are to the world. So in this video about how to text a girl, I was going through the video, and pretty much this lady, Kezia, goes on, and by the way, she's a very, very talented coach, dating coach. I have the utmost respect for this lady because I've watched her videos from the ones she did like 5 years ago to the ones she's doing today, and I can clearly see the progression of her as a person, as a professional, the growth, the desire to be better for herself, as well as providing value in the marketplace. So my response to her in this video is not an attack, it's not an argument, it's not a debate. It's just my way of encouraging you, the viewer, to look at different points of views and discover what is true for you. So I'll put a link down on the video that she made, and I encourage you to definitely watch this video. But what she was actually talking about was how a man should text a girl. And she goes on and gives a lot of different techniques, styles, and strategies that men should use to get a woman to respond to him. I found it quite interesting. I learned a few interesting things that can be used, tricks that can be used, but I had to sit back and I questioned myself, and I said, well, if I have to use all these tricks to get a girl to respond to me, what about my truth? What about being me? Expressing who I am. And if a woman responds to that, all good and dandy. But if she doesn't respond to it, learning to bite a bullet, learning to take a loss, learning to accept that, you know what? Maybe I'm just not who she's looking for. Maybe I'm just not who she's looking for. So this is a very powerful conversation, because we're talking about self-empowerment. We're talking about discovering your inner worth. So I'd like to give you an example. I'm looking down here on my phone. I'd like to give you an example that we can use to expound on this conversation that we're having. And the example that I have was, there was a text message that I wrote to a lady a few weeks ago. Okay? This lady, I actually met her at the gym. We went out on the date. We've exchanged a few text messages here and there. And she's very busy, I'm very busy, so we finally, the times we don't communicate for over a week, right? But anyway, she sent me a text, sorry, I sent her a text message, and just going by what Kezia Novel said that when a woman sends you a text message, one of the techniques that you should use is to respond to her text message the same length. Okay, so if she has 3 sentences, you respond to her in 3 sentences, because this makes her ask you more questions, makes her be more excited about you. So okay, let's use that as the foundation for our conversation. So this lady, I hadn't spoken to her for a long time, so I sent her a text message, and the message says something like this: "Good afternoon, how are you feeling? Is all well with your work, your kids, your health, and your life in general?" It's a question, I'm curious about how she's doing. I just want to touch base and say hello, so here we go, hello. I'm sending you positive vibes on this beautiful day. So that's a message that I sent her. And looking by the times, I think she replied maybe 8 hours later on. And the reply to the message was, "Wow, Mario, thank you so much for the positivity. Things are good. How about you?" So she asked me, how am I doing? Now, if I go by the advice that was given by Kezia, pretty much this is 2 sentences. My response should be a 2-sentence response as to how I am doing. Because if I give a 2-sentence response as to how I'm doing, then I'll attract her to respond to me, and she'll get curious and more excited. So that is one way to look at it. But look at the text message that I sent her. I responded to her text message from where I was, my truth, what I was feeling. And I said, okay, her name. I responded the next day. "Good morning, madam. You are most welcome." So I'm telling her, you're welcome, because she thanked me for something. "And I'm happy to hear that life is good with you. Now all you got to do is make it great." So I've responded to her, and then I continued. She asked me how I'm feeling, like what's going on with me. And I continued, and I said, you know what? Right now I'm feeling that I'm physically in great health. And as a result, my mind is clear and focused, and I'm accomplishing my goals with more ease, peace, and zeal. Life is blessing me abundantly. And I finished the message with, "Smile more today, laugh more today, and give more to yourself today." Her name. "Wishing you a fulfilling week." Okay? This lady never responded to me. She never replied to my text. So I can sit back and say, on the one hand, most of you guys that are out there looking at ways to get women to return your text, I can sit back and start getting panic. Whoa, she didn't return my text. What am I supposed to do? Do I provide like a nice, cute message that will spur her to reply my text? But what are you doing there? You're trying to get affirmation from a woman. Because if she doesn't return your text, it means there's something wrong with you. It means that you're not worthy. That's your conclusion that you're drawing. So the reason I use this example, the reason I actually responded to this video, as you all know, I don't specifically talk about, this is not the type of videos that I specifically make, but I felt that the video was relevant because it has to do with inner self-empowerment, discovering your inner sense of worth. And the same argument applies for women. Do not spend your time, your energy, trying to find out what you need to do to make someone external to you attracted to you. Now, this may go against some of the things that Kezia was teaching. I'm not invalidating anything that she's teaching. She's got a lot of knowledge, a lot of skills that can enable you to become more socially successful, more socially competent. However, I want to encourage you to approach your life, whether it's in social arena, whether it's in business, or in relationships, to approach your life from a place from inner worth, from inner confidence, from inner self-love. So when I wrote this message to this lady, I actually met her at the gym recently. And it didn't bother me that she didn't reply to me. I actually went and talked to her. We had a few laughs here and there. I do not know what she's thinking, and I really do not care what she's thinking. She might be saying, oh, this guy wrote a very long message. So if he wrote a long message, then it means that he must be needy, or he must be not cool enough for me, or he must be not this. You see what I'm saying? Everything has to do with how she's viewing me. What's important is how I view myself. I created that message from my own space of truth. And as long as you go into the world coming from your space of truth, I believe that you will learn to love yourself, accept yourself, and let those who resonate with who you are being come to you, as opposed to you trying to manipulate. Trying, ladies and gentlemen, to manipulate the external world to conform to your desires. The beautiful thing is that when you come from your own space of truth, if you meet someone and the relationship develops, they will always be interacting with the same person. But if you interact with people from a perspective of strategies, tools, and techniques that may not be true to your bone, sooner or later, that curtain is going to come down and the real you is going to be revealed. So, just wanted to encourage you to look at life from two perspectives. Kezia Noble is a phenomenal coach. She has got some phenomenal ideas. Listen to her ideas. I have some ideas too, which I believe are phenomenal insights that can literally raise you up one level higher. Listen to my insights. But what are the insights that I'd like you to embody? Is the ones that are based, one, from your own experience, after combining what you learn from other people, and two, most importantly, which spawn from the truth of your inner being. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a magnificent evening. I'll be back soon.